Hello, welcome to another Writerly Witterings. Today I'm going to talk about crime and the benefits of crime, because it's such a good subject. I've got to be careful because I've got a chap from the special branch in the police who lives nearby, and I don't want to get him the wrong idea about me. I've had to give a talk recently. I haven't given it yet, but I will have done by the time this comes out, you understand, to some people at Plymouth University. There's a great day there being organised by Bloomsbury Press and the Writers and Artists Yearbook, and they're getting a whole bunch of agents, publishers, authors to talk all about how to get published and the best way to get published and how the market works nowadays. And they've got me to go in and talk about various things. And while thinking about social media and marketing and all the other stuff that you've got to do, and I have to because they've asked me to present on it, it got me thinking about, well, what is so special about crime? I like crime books. I always have liked crime books. I got interested in crime books when I first started reading, I suppose, Sherlock Holmes. And all through my life, I've enjoyed the different aspects of crime, because with crime, you can write a book that is character-driven. You can write a book that is readable just for entertainment value. You can read it as a puzzle, trying to figure out who did what. You can read it sometimes from the point of view of humour. I mean, Terry Pratchett was a great crime writer, I think, with his Guards, and various other Vimes books. If you want to look at other people who write good crime, I know that the new Galbraith books are good crime books, but if you look at Harry Potter themselves, those are almost all crime novels, and the great thing about them was they had all of the aspects of crime. They had humour, they had brilliant imagination with the different characters, they had crime elements because almost all of them was a mystery. So crime can cover so many different aspects. The other thing is, though, that if you're writing crime, I mean, my series is the longest running crime series by any living author now. 32 books in the main Templar series, and it will be expanding beyond that as soon as I get some more ideas down. But with the whole of that series, there is no two books following on from each other that are similar. I like to think that all of them are very individualistic. Every single book is completely different from the one before. I mean, the classic example really is Death Ship of Dartmouth. Sorry, I'm just looking at all the titles. They're on the shelf above there. Death Ship of Dartmouth was the first book I wrote, which was designed to be funny. And I'm still over the moon with my invention of the mad coroner of Dartmouth, who is such a loud, delightful, but still shrewd character. I like to think of him as a cross between James Robertson Justice and Brian Blessed. Very loud and very rude. But other books were nothing like so light-hearted and humorous, and they were much, much more edgy, much, much more dark. Some of the books I looked at poverty and the hideous effect of disease. Leper's Return, when I looked at leprosy, was an awful disease, where so many people were punished, even though they had really nothing wrong with them more than a little bit of eczema, very likely, or an allergy. But if you were declared to have leprosy, then you were declared to be dead. Your will was enacted, your wife was declared a widow, you were put in a grave and had dirt thrown on you, and from that moment you did not exist legally in the country. It was a horrible way to treat people. So the great thing about crime, I think, is not just that it can be entertaining, it can be really interesting. With books like mine, the historical books, you can also educate. I mean, my books are now used a great deal in the States as teaching aids for historical lecturers. So you can hit all of those different angles, but you can also look at modern day society and explain how things are now by looking at how things were treated in the past. I find that quite a useful approach, because you're looking at the present day through a prism, and you can often bring up an awful lot about the present day that people wouldn't necessarily have thought of. So perhaps what I'm saying is, it's not just crime, it's a really good idea to read historical crime, because you get more of a feel about history, but also you get the opportunity of looking at the present day from a different perspective, looking at it from a different point of view. Hope that was interesting. I like crime. I'm trying to prove that crime pays. Unfortunately, I think that walking into a bank with a sawn-off shotgun would pay a bit faster, but that's life. If you've got any questions down there, if you've got any comments, add them down there as well. Do please share this and circulate it and let your friends know, and hopefully subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. That was it, really. Just one thing. Hope you like that. Latest painting. I thought it would make a nice Christmas card. Don't know. I like it though. Take care. See you soon.